going? My name's John Rhys Davies.
And my name's Randy Newman.
And you're watching Discussing Stargate. So we've talked a lot about seasons 1 through 3, the beginning of the show, the origins, how it was created, those characters. So instead of doing the...
Well, we thought we thought we'd do every episode, right? Chronologically, and then we're like, nah, let's not do that. So
it's like 300 episodes, so we did one a fortnight. I think it would have taken us 16 years.
So then we...
And we don't do one a fortnight, so it would have taken us fucking 32 years.
And so, and then we're like, okay, well, no, let's just go to the good episodes to review chronologically.
Yeah.
That didn't happen either, so now we're just jumping all over the place.
Yeah, well, we did the Replicators one, and then we're going to do the next part of that, which we will do at some point. But I thought, we kind of talked about that. We talked about the enemy, we talked about the situation, so let's jump in. Season 9, New Beginnings. Richard Dean Anderson, his daughter was living in New York, and the production was at Vancouver, so wasn't really seeing his kids, so he bailed on it.
Is that the reason, was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they had to change it up. Season 8, they kind of destroy the Goa'uld and Replicators, but not really.
Not really.
Because Val's still alive, and then in the Pegasus Galaxy, the Replicators come back.
No one's ever really gone.
Oh my God! Well, it's alright, because no one's ever really gone.
Very true. So yeah, they're like, what do we do now? We've defeated our main enemy. Our main character's gone. 8 seasons deep. You think they would have just been like, we're done.
That's it.
We've had our run.
No.
But no. And I'm glad, because these 2 seasons always felt really refreshing for me. Season 7 and 8, it was a bit of a dip. Not like the main arc, but just like the middle episodes, the standalone episodes. Some of the quality dropped, I think. Some people migrated, a few too many people migrated over to Atlantis.
Which is
Atlantis.
a fucking great show.
Better in a lot of ways, but not better in a lot of ways. And then this change, it just felt really refreshing.
Oh, it's a whole different dynamic and everything. It is. You're right. It's totally, fully refreshing of the whole formula. Yeah.
So they bring Ben Browder in, and Claudia Black as well. And I like her character, and her character works, but I think without Jackson and without that dynamic of them bouncing back and forth and their charisma and chemistry, she might get annoying, maybe. Rewatching this first episode analytically, I mean, there's a couple of moments where it's like, it's a bit, it's like the scene where she's in the hospital bed or whatever, and she's like, let's make babies. That line in particular was a bit like,
Let's make babies.
Let's make babies.
You don't need that in there.
Yeah,
that's a bit fucking
you could be
stupid.
more subtle.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely subtlety is not.
Well, I guess that's not her character.
That's not her character.
Yeah. She's anything but subtle.
And like the dynamic with Ben Browder and Claudia Black coming off Farscape is really good. So they obviously knew each other and worked with each other a lot. So it just kind of really slots in really well. Her character. I mean, so it's a character we haven't seen at all.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe a couple of extras here and there.
Well, we talked about while we were watching it just then, like she's obviously overly sexualized. Her tits are popping out, and she's talking about nothing but like sex and testosterone.
In a BDSM leather outfit.
She's like 2 degrees away from fucking wearing a ball gag.
Welcome to the SGC. I'm General Landry.
Vala Mal Doran.
It's funny because the only other female characters we've seen have not been sexualized at all, like Carter and what's the doctor's name?
Oh, the one that got shot.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck, the internet's yelling at us now.
I know.
You guys have a Stargate discussion, you don't even know what's her face's name? Who cares? Anyway.
Yeah.
The point is that they presented them as like strong female intelligent characters. Yeah. A strong female character can't be sexualized. She's more than just her genitals. And then like this, yeah.
And then here's Val.
Oh, you fucking pasty-faced nerds.
It's great. I mean, it is refreshing.
She is a strong female character who's also sexualized. You can do both. You don't have to just Take that element out of the character. So yeah,
they can get away with it as well. Like they've got enough goodwill, I think, with the show up until now to be like, okay, well now here's.
Well, I think like the SJW types would say it's not appropriate if she was like ditzy and dumb and incompetent and but she's not. She's intelligent and conniving and backstabby.
Oh yeah.
And sexualized. Yeah. Highly sexualized.
Yeah, well she uses it as a tool, right? A tool and a coping mechanism, I guess, in terms of her backstory, I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah, psychology.
And it also, and we saw this when they first introduced Vala back in season 8.
Yeah, 7 or 8.
Yeah, with Jackson, where he takes on a much more sarcastic character.
I haven't viewed this era of Stargate for a while, and compared to season 1, 2, and 3, he's so much more like cranky and embittered and angry. I guess because Vala's here, but in general, I think his character has changed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's been through and seen some shit.
Oh yeah. More shit than any living human.
How many times has he died?
Oh, 7?
7 times. I think it's only like 2 times, isn't it?
Well, there's a bunch of like fake out ones that like he comes back at the end of the episode, but I think there's like 2 or 3 real.
He dies and ascends at least twice.
Yeah. And then there's another bunch of episodes where it's like he's dead if the episode comes back. But I guess that happens to Jack and Carter as well.
Oh yeah.
That's a plot line. Yeah. So the moving away from the Egyptian mythology and into English folklore is refreshing, but it is a bit like cringy and silly when you first get into it, like the list Arthur and the Round Table, and the depiction of Merlin. He's so stereotypical in that hologram.
Wizard hat and
and the fake beard where you can see it's not a hairline.
Merlin.
It's like a cheap like $2 store beard with the staff and the cloak. It's like. They work into it later on, and it does work. Especially once they introduce the aura and all that. But at the beginning, it's like, of all the things you're choosing King Arthur?
Oh, well, they could have gone in a completely different direction with it, which would have killed it. If not for good writing, they would have totally butchered it.
That they make it work.
Well, the aura, right?
Yeah.
We don't know that's coming, right?
Yeah.
That's like almost a non sequitur from kind of what they set up. You're not going to expect something like that.
No. And it's still like the religious ideology thing and the battle against that, but completely different enemy from the Goa'uld or the Replicators, which is what you want fucking 8 seasons in.
It's kind of the
200 episodes in.
It's kind of
still
time to change it up.
Get fucking RDA out of here, he's fucking an old man. What?
It's kind of the aura, kind of the same thing, because in some ways, like the gods, I guess the false gods, but there's a lot more legitimacy to their thing.
Yeah, a lot more stakes, and it all moves a lot quicker. The Goa'uld were kind of arrogant, and they were just happy with sustaining their power. With Aura, like, we're gonna take the fucking universe tomorrow. Get your shit together, SG Command.
Gonna take the initiative.
Yeah.
I really liked. So they introduced Ben Browder, and he comes in, and he was like one of the pilots of the attack on Antarctica by Anubis, and he like single-handedly saved the day, I guess, or led everybody to stall them.
Yeah.
So SG-1 could do their thing. That's fine. They introduce him. They have a lot of cool. His backstory in terms of that, and then his connection to the main characters is told through flashbacks, and some of them are a bit but most of them are really well done.
Yeah, the hospital scenes was a bit like, why are all these people here? I can't imagine why Jack...
Do they visit everybody that's in the hospital? Oh man, fucking...
The idea of weaving him into the world and not like, this is a brand new character, we're gonna have to introduce him and say all the like, hey, my name's... It's good that like he was a pre-established character in the world. He wasn't, but they set him up so he was, so that is good. But yeah, the hospital scenes was a bit like, Jack wouldn't go there.
Get well soon.
professionally anything you want. Well, not anything.
But yeah, it's
Carter
definitely.
wouldn't go there.
No one gives a shit. Yeah, but yeah, they make it's a lot more elegant than again just in bringing in a new character.
Yeah, it saves a lot of greetings and hello.
Yeah, all the bullshit. They still have a lot of expository dialogue about it, but that's
well, this
fine.
episode is just kind of exposition, setting up the setup of the team. It's like a Blues Brothers type thing. We're getting the band back together.
See, this is good, isn't it? Being part of a team again, working together to unravel some cool ancient mystery.
We're putting the band back together.
Forget it. No way. We're on a mission from God.
I like and having excuses for Daniel to stay and for Teal'c to come back works.
Yeah.
I think the whole armband thing with Vala works.
They have to stay in close proximity and all that jazz. Yeah, it's written by Robert C. Cooper. He's a good writer.
It could have easily been super contrived.
Yeah. Well, coming off fucking Farscape, this just feels so well written and thought out and so competent and just exquisitely executed.
I think that Claudia Black and Ben Browder, they're kind of the same that I've seen in Farscape, right?
Yeah, we haven't watched a lot, but their characters.
They're kind of basically the same. No, not necessarily the characters, but the mannerisms of the actors and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Even though they're probably a bit more mature, I guess, as actors.
Yeah.
I mean, they're clearly just like the same sort of deal. Particularly Ben Browder.
Yeah, well, the fucking Brad Wright and Robert C. Cooper watched Farscape and I'm like, let's fucking take those guys and put them into our show.
It's surprising.
Like, that's what they did.
It's surprising that they got like both of them and they were like, okay, well,
I don't know, Farscape ended, they need a fucking job. We'll give you a full-time job for 2 years, look at this fat paycheck. Okay.
Fuck yes.
I don't give a fuck about being typecast.
Well,
I need to pay the rent.
Oh, no, I need to suck from the teat of fucking sci-fi serials.
And now they're all horribly unemployed.
Poor Michael Shanks.
Claudia Black is sucking something else to pay her rent.
You need to cut in the scene that Michael Shanks is in from Elysium, where he's like a background extra. Yeah.
Señora, según el decreto 35... Sí, señora.
I can just tell he's sitting at home with his fingers crossed waiting for Stargate to come back.
He's got a web.
Anything!
If you go to the website and you have a look, it's like the Michael Shanks website, his acting portfolio, I guess. I don't think there's not a lot of updates there on what's going on. No.
Well, same with Joe Flanagan from Atlantis. When Atlantis ended, he tried to buy the franchise and keep it going with his own money because he's like, I got nothing else. No one else will hire me.
He's like a trust fund kiddie though, isn't
he was like a rich kid who didn't even want to get into acting and fell into it. And then when Atlantis ends, they're like, I'll buy it and I'll do it because I'm fucking rich. Like, Jesus Christ, man. So I mean, I don't know. I think you can like go to Comic-Con and stuff. You can still make a living signing photos.
Oh yeah, that's a thing.
Morbidly obese. No, it's a Dorito dust on their fingers.
Cut-in picture of Richard Dean Anderson. And one of the things where he's got like the really long hair and he's all fucked up.
Yeah, morbidly obese.
Oh my god, what happened here? But I think they obviously get paid for the thing. But anyway,
you can live off the fame of television. Like there are like people who played Doctor Who for like 2 seasons fucking 50 years ago who are like making money off of it just because of the internet and nerd society and Comic-Con shit. And that would be horrible. Like as an antisocial person, I would hate for my job to be touring around and talking to people. I would just fucking hate that. People coming up to your desk, oh, I love you, and signing the thing. I'd rather be poor.
In episode,
I'd rather kill myself. Excuse me, can you fuck off?
In episode fucking 10 of season 4, when what's his name? The guy who's actually Imhotep. The girl that's Imhotep that leads the rebellion, the Jaffa rebellion. There's a cutaway scene where they're welcoming them back after a successful raid, and some of the Jaffa extras are waving around guns from when they go through the Stargate and they get locked in that force field.
Yeah.
The blind guns. Yeah, they're actually waving around.
They've repurposed the prop.
In every show.
Like, look, kid, I don't watch this sci-fi bullshit. Yeah, I got a fat paycheck and now I'm poor. You disgust me. I hate sci-fi.
Don't fucking touch me.
You like the photo? He's like has his arm around him, but he's not touching it.
Yeah. What is it? The hover hand.
So yeah, they go on an adventure, and it kind of takes on a Indiana Jonesy vibe at the end, like exploratory, with like the caves and the booby traps and stuff. And as you pointed out, they go into a room and the roof starts lowering, but there's this like platform in the middle with the thing, and the roof wouldn't actually crush them. I'll cut in the shot now.
It's like, yeah. It's a stone altar or whatever.
Altar, that's the one.
Yeah.
So presumably that's not going to move down. It won't crush it. So they're not going to get crushed.
It might crush the altar.
Yeah, I don't know the physics and the weight of it and all that shit, but from the looks of it, like that's solid stone. If that is solid stone, it would stop the roof. And then I guess they just can't complete the puzzle, so they're trapped in there. So I don't actually even remember how any of this plays out.
I remember how it plays out.
Yeah.
It's fairly like simplistic. It's nothing exciting in the next episode. They get whatever. It's setting up everything.
Yeah.
It's like here's the MacGuffin, and here's the reason to bring back the team, and here's this and here's this.
New beginning.
Yeah, new beginning, right?
It's like the first 10-15 minutes of the movie. Setting up the new characters.
It's done as elegant as you might expect.
Yeah,
you could
all things considered.
You could definitely fuck it up a lot.
Oh yeah. Well, you just get the Farscape writers to write it.
What are the Home and Away writers?
Yeah, well, the Farscape writers and Home and Away writers are the same writers, Steve.
Home and Away is a critically acclaimed Australian TV show.
It's been running for like 30 years.
Yeah, but so
how could it be bad if it's been running for 30 years?
What is it? The Neighbourhood or whatever? Neighbours.
Yeah.
That's still running, isn't it?
Well, same with like Bold and the Beautiful and the Young and the Restless.
Bold and the Beautiful is something different. Bold and the Beautiful is something different because they're oh, I guess it's not. You got to give them credit for what they're doing. That they've got such longevity.
Well, it's been going for like fucking I don't know 40 years.
Long time, yeah.
Yeah. Although I guess with Netflix and streaming and that, like how long is Bold and the Beautiful still on? It might be cancelled. I don't know.
I think it's probably still going.
It'll probably move to like fucking Hulu or Netflix or something.
Yeah, maybe.
It can't survive on free-to-air TV.
No. Free-to-air is gonna die, right?
Yeah, it's dying. You can turn it on and watch it die. It's pretty fun.
I think shows, maybe not necessarily Bold and the Beautiful, because it's really like soap opera-y, like really heavily.
Everything is heightened,
but things like Home and Away and stuff, I wonder whether, and this is like a huge non sequitur, I wonder whether they have success because there was nothing else available, basically.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, oh, well, I'll just turn this on, I'll just watch it, and I'll just sort of zone in.
There are like 10 television channels.
Yeah.
So I watch Bold and Beautiful. Now there are like infinite amount of media that you can't catch up on media. Media is just going.
It used to be.
They got this thing called the internet now with YouTube.
The interwebs.
Yeah, and there's all this content on it. Have you gotten onto the YouTube's machine?
The MySpace.
It's got lots of videos.
That's what the kids are all using these days, isn't it?
Let's make babies.
Yeah, so basically in conclusion, it's a good episode. What do you want from me?
Yeah, well, unfortunately it's like a two-parter, so the conclusion's in the next episode.
And I didn't want to watch an hour and 20 minutes.
No. I've watched it like a million times. I know what's happening, but...
Yeah, I've done 2 watch-throughs where I watched everything, and I'm going to do a 3rd one soon.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. Remember, like, subscribing and comments how we got all the facts right now. Opinions are null and void.
Richard Dean Anderson.
Let's make baby.